Australia's population bust. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. I want to have a look at this article which is highlighting a very concerning issue, well, that's facing all of us here in Australia. It's to do with the number of people that are putting off having children. Now, you don't want to put off having children too long, and this is both for men and women. We have, well, expiry dates, okay? You want to have your kids when you're younger and healthier to increase the likelihood that you can have a uneventful pregnancy and decrease the likelihood of having genetic abnormalities in your children, which isn't necessarily the end of the world, and we're speaking here from personal experience, but can add another challenge to your life that sadly many people just terminate away these days. So you don't put it off for too long, guys. Have the family. But, well, this is not a good sign. More than half of young Australians are putting off having children. What does this mean for future growth? It means that immigration into the country will not be curtailed under any means. Okay? It just means Australia, the culture will change, it will adapt, and people aren't having kids. We're nowhere near replacement rate. I love all the people who are concerned about, what's that? The fear about, the great replacement. Countries are getting invaded by all these people from all over the world, and all the native people, particularly like in the UK, are getting replaced. And then all the commentators aren't having any kids themselves. So, yeah, come on, put your money where your mouth is. And for those of you that are not aware, I'm a father of 7, so... Oh, boy, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? 7. Melbourne woman Sam is open to having kids, but there are some significant hurdles to overcome first. Oh, yeah. What do you think her hurdles are? What do you think? What do you think the number one hurdle is, or should be, to having kids? And it's not mentioned here at all in the article. It's finding a partner to have a stable relationship with. Preferably get married. For a woman to find a husband. For a man, find a wife. Get married. Settle down. Pump out the kids. One for mum, one for dad, one for Johnny. Young people won't even get that reference anymore. The 29-year-old, 29, she should be having children now. It's her fertility window is going to close. She's probably even left the best years of her life to have children behind. She needs to have kids in the next couple of years. So, I mean, Rachel and I, we got together when she was, how old was she? 22, I think? 21? I'm getting confused. And I was only a couple of years older than her. And we had kids around that age. 11 years. Yeah. She was about 29. There you go. So that's when you should start having kids. That's not when you should start thinking about having kids. And the problem is, uni just takes forever, so bloody long. And you're talking to somebody who did architecture, which was 2 degrees. We both did. She needs to clear her $100,000 HEX debt and then find a way to own her own home before even considering it. Okay. She wants to get rid of $100,000 HEX debt and own a home before even thinking about having a kid. So, I mean, how much extra can she throw off the HEX debt? What's her degree? Hopefully it's a bloody good one. Is she married? Where's her husband? Does she have a boyfriend? What's that one? What's the pink and blue sash that you wear? The colors are all different. I can't tell anymore. And I can't even afford grated cheese. That's like $12 a bag these days. Yeah, that's because you buy the block of cheese and you grate it yourself. It lasts longer. You don't buy the grated cheese. So she's kind of missing the most important point. Finding someone to have a stable relationship with. Well, maybe that's just the boomer in me coming out here. Oh, bloody hell. Australia's screwed. Guys. See, and people, this is why we need to raise the voting age, and maybe we just need to make it that only family people can vote. It's maybe just do it like that. And until you're a father, who has 5 children minimum, you can't get a vote. What do you think? There'll only be like 40 of us voting in the country. That could go a bit bad, actually. So, research shows more than half of 18 to 34-year-olds are delaying starting a family and blame the current cost of living effects. Yes, yeah, I can understand that because there's a fear with having kids. When Rachel first told me she was pregnant with our first child, I said, oh shit, I need to earn more money. Because I was terrified. Because the media and everything trains you to think kids cost that much. They do not. They do not cost that much. Okay, really they don't. And you learn as they learn and they grow up. Baby clothes, you don't need to buy all the super duper brands. You go to Kmart, you get the cheap shit. They're not going to care. They're not going to know. They're going to shit all over it and spew all over it and piss all over it. It's just, they're gross little monsters sometimes. You don't care, okay? Don't buy the expensive stuff. You don't need to buy like the super brand name, I don't know, clothes or items. The one thing I would invest in would be a good pram that you can keep and just reuse. Oh, she's a marketing. How can you get $100,000 debt with a marketing professional degree? Isn't that like online? Oh shit! How do you get $100,000 with that? How? It's the furthest thing from my mind right now, which is ironic considering my mum probably had me at my age. She said yes. That's the problem is you're running out of. This poor lady is going to run out of time. An IVF is not a guarantee, and there's a lot of consequences to IVF too. It's not easy. You're paying something for something that should be free. Okay, it should be free. Your fertility window, the period every month where you are fertile and can actually conceive, it shrinks the older you get. You have fewer days to conceive every month. The data compiled by political research organisation Redbridge Group came from a survey of 2,000 Australians. Redbridge director Kos Samara says it's clear a significant group of young people are delaying life decisions that previous generations were taking for granted. And the problem is you never grow up then until you have other people that are depending on you for their entire existence and life. You're not going to grow up. I guess some people have that and don't grow up either. Was once a senior campaign strategist for the Labor Party. Oh, there you go. Says his team asked people in their early 30s if they'd support previous policies such as the baby bonus, which provided a one-off payment to new parents. He says people rolled their eyes with respondents giving clear reasons regarding the affordability of having children in today's age. It's not going to make any difference. You're not going to have kids for the baby bonus. Sure, it'll take the edge off. I remember one of the lecturers at university, he spent the baby bonus on a flat screen TV and a Nintendo Wii. It's not just about the $3,000 to $4,000 you might get from the government, he says. It's the inability to access affordable rental properties. It's the inability to access a home that is suitable for raising a young family. It's the unstable work out there. It would be better if the birth rate was higher. Okay, oh shit, look at this. The country's birth rate is currently 1.6. That's 1.6 children per woman, and we're below the replacement level. Yeah, we are below. This is why, okay, this number here, and all the politicians know it, this is why you are never going to see migration curtailed in Australia. They're going to still open the borders and bring in as many people as they can because we are not at replacement rate. If we stay at this 1.6, that's civilization collapse. I don't think you can even naturally recover from this. So what does that mean? You need to bring people in. That's what's going to happen, guys. And Australia's changing. This is why housing isn't for the median or average person anymore. You've got to be, well, no, it's for the average couple that are earning the average wage, which is about $100,000 each. So if you're not that, if you're below average, you're not going to be a homeowner anymore in Australia. It's changing. The government has been grappling with how to manage the dwindling population, looking at cheaper childcare and improved parental leave. In response to questions about slowing population rate, a spokesperson for Treasurer Jim Chalmers Office told the ABC the budget measures announced last month would soon ease. Yeah, that's not going to make any difference. The problem is she's 29 years old. She's not had kids. She's not even thinking about having kids. Her biological clock will run out faster than you realize. 10 years goes like that. It goes like that. She may never have kids with $100,000 debt. And this is the problem. This is why the rate is so low. You've got women who should be having children who are not, because they've got other things taking up that period of life and they don't feel comfortable or safe or ready to have kids because she's got $100,000 debt for a marketing degree. Mr. Chalmers told 9 News last month it would be better if birth rates were higher. I think people are leaving it late. And sometimes that means you get timed out. There are a whole range of reasons people's preferences are changing. It's expensive to raise kids. He said, no, it's not. It's not expensive to raise kids. That's bullshit. Hang on one sec. I'm getting sick of this line that it's expensive to raise kids. Come on. RBC Capital Chief Economist Su Lin Ung said the slowing of the country's birth rate had a knock-on effect from bigger, broader economic perspectives. The economist also said that when people delay starting a family, they are also likely to have fewer children. That has all sorts of implications around what it means for aging populations to contribute to growth to the demographics when you've got fewer young people able to support an aging population. Yeah, I think the boomers are going to be the last ones that get the great ride with the pension, all these other perks. It's not going to be the same. Well, you can see they're putting retirement age higher and higher and higher. Redbridge research also shows younger Australians are putting off other major life decisions such as receiving medical treatment and getting married due to cost of living. Over half of 18 to 34-year-olds delayed medical treatment for a financial reason, and just under half had delayed getting married. Nearly 70% of the same age bracket have delayed buying a home for the same reason. So there we go. Well, let's have a bit of a chat about this one. Now, I feel sorry for this lady. I understand exactly where she's coming from and why she doesn't feel she's ready. I think it's really odd that the article didn't mention the first thing is to find a stable partner to have a relationship with. Okay, you need two people who are a team, who are stable, because you're going to have a lot of crazy kids. It's a two-person job. It's not a one-person job. Oh, boy. Oh, well, guys, I guess I'm just the old demi-boomer that I am. Bloody hell. Hey, have a good weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.